Solid Rod Pod, Solid Rod Pod, Solid Rod, Solid Rod Pod, Solid Rod Pod.
We're back. We are back on Solid Rod Pod with Kevin and Josh. We got cut off last time. It was the FBI, it was the CIA, it was the Mossad, it was the RGC.
They
They cut
cut
us
us
off.
off.
We were gotten too close
We didn't
to
pay
the
our
chemtrails.
dues. We didn't pay them their fee.
Broadcasting fees. Yeah, and our content wasn't qualified neither.
Wasn't qualified.
Yeah, the chemtrails we were talking about. We listened to that lady
That was
interviewing those pilots, right?
Chemtrails Part One of the Solid
Yeah.
Rod Pod.
Yes. Yes. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you should go back and listen to that episode. Very informative at the end there, and we got cut off. So we're
Cut
back.
us off.
Yeah, I've continued to see posts about this. There was actually just like moments ago, I was looking at breaking news. I was looking at a post that was I didn't see what state because my little speaker icon was like blocking part of the bar on the bottom of the
Right.
post on X, but it was a live news cast saying the guy saying yeah they're poisoning our own people and like
Whoa.
which is crazy because like even the pilots like you're poisoning your families like why would you do that unless there was like known areas maybe that you could locate or like be a resident of where you know that you were getting the least amount or
I
none.
think some of them would still carry out the mission if they knew their families were underneath.
Like how much?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, like how much? I can't imagine being paid enough, but then maybe I could at the same time to
apparently
do
there's
that.
been at least 239 open air biological warfare tests on Americans.
Tests, yeah, but
And that's not just this. This is probably things that are
oh, these are
worse than
on
just
top
chemtrails.
on top of the chemtrails that are sprayed all the time. Yeah, that's even crazier. Yeah, they're not afraid to use drugs on us, like you've seen in like those third world countries where they offer people free health injections and it gives them all syphilis and shit. Like,
They
the,
get. I've heard that in those countries sometimes they get some of the expired vaccines and stuff that from over here. It's just like it goes over there.
huh? But that wouldn't give you like STD or
I don't
syphilis,
know. Yeah,
right?
sounds
I
like a
wouldn't
dirty
hope.
needle
I
or
hope it
something.
wouldn't. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of people.
It
Um,
apparently is climate engineering, is what.
yeah, they frame it under climate or geoengineering. It's all climate change, and now
That's
that's
what it's under the guise of climate
yeah,
change that these chem. That's what my research has led me to believe since I knew nothing about this the first episode.
but it's negative climate change, which is crazy. It's negative climate
I
change,
think
and it's
that's just what
negative.
they say, but they're really up to something else.
It's negative environmental too. Like there's again today I saw farmers testing their soil, and it's like 5 to 10% more aluminum than last year, than 1 year ago. That's from what they're spraying. Like that's there's a
Whoa.
they've proved that there's aluminum in it. Same with it's the same thing that lady was saying to those pilots that their aluminum on their farm on their property, right, has gone up. So
Do you know the scientific explanation for it?
uh, so it's supposed to I think block out harmful UV rays by reflecting.
Well, if they at least admit to doing it, yes, it's that. But
Yeah.
with chemtrails, what they say is going on is it's not a chemtrail; it's a contrail, a condensation trail. There are no chemicals being dumped at all. It's a reaction between the hot exhaust of the jet and the cold atmosphere to create trails of condensation.
Yeah, but you can tell the difference. I think we discussed this last time. You can see the actual contrail dissipate. Like it doesn't last long, whereas the chemtrails last all for hours, and they don't. The contrails never cross. They're not long enough to cross and do that tic-tac-toe pattern. It's only the chemtrails that do that. That's how you know, because the
That's how you
contrails
tell
never
the
last out.
difference.
Yeah, they stay there. You can see the lines. There's no contrail lines. It's barely visible for like 10 seconds, right behind the plane. I would have to say if I were to estimate.
Yeah, that's just the scientific explanation. That's not
Oh,
necessarily Solid
so
Rod
that's what they're
Pod's
trying to.
opinion.
No, that's what they're trying to tell people. But yeah, we should just, I guess, trying to close this out. We should just be aware of this, and like I don't know what there is to do about it, but we, like as a people, we need to. I don't know who to write to or what to email or
Oh,
what.
you
But
can't write to nobody or do anything about it. That's not gonna
God, I
like
don't know. I feel
the people that are your elected representatives. They're so far down. They're not even middle management. Like they can't do anything about this.
yeah. I mean, I mean, some states have banned it though, so that it has happened. There's been good.
Huh.
It's been a couple states that have banned this from happening. I don't can't name which ones, but that is true. And I just yeah, so it is possible to do something about it. Maybe like a provincial like banning would be the answer to that. If we could reach Danielle Smith.
Prince, the musician, R.I.P. He brought up chemtrails actually on a
Did he?
show. It was a PBS show, but he never. They said it was a rare interview for Prince because he never typically did interviews, and when he did, he brings up
Chemtrails.
chemtrails, and he said everyone is fighting for no reason, and the only explanation is chemtrails. Is
Oh,
basically what he said.
how
I
long?
mean,
How long ago was that?
2009, I believe that is
Okay.
from. I didn't. Yeah,
Okay.
2009
No,
from
I
memory.
thought it might have been like even earlier, but yeah, no, he was correct. I don't know if it was necessarily chemtrails. I
Right.
think
I don't think that's the only
yeah,
explanation, but
I don't know if
it's a
if
possible explanation, and I never
heavy
even thought of that before.
I don't know if heavy
My
metals
chemtrail research brought me there.
if heavy metals make us angry. Although if you look back to
I
the
don't know.
70s when mercury or lead was in the gasoline and people were breathing that in, that's when all the serial killers were, and that is lead would be
I
a
heard
heavy
you say that before. That's an interesting theory.
lead would be a heavy metal, so I guess one could theorize that the heavy metals being sprayed in the sky could have a similar result.
Whoa. You've
Right?
blown my mind, dude!
That was I just came up with that's crazy. It's
The
a crazy
serial killer
hypothesis.
thing is and the heavy metal, the leads, is an interesting theory as well.
Yeah, I think there's a correlation. I don't know. We should really start. I wish we had a producer to like JMO pull these things up or whatever. You know, ask perplexity or whatever the fuck just to get a. But anyway, speaking of serial killers, I got and news reports, a city news report of a BC woman from Vancouver. All right, so she's 83 years old. Miriam Lancaster was her name. She was rushed to a Vancouver General Hospital with an unusual pain in her foot. So the staff offered to treat her with MAID. They said you should kill yourself.
What?
Yes.
Like
This
with
is on.
MAID
This is
or
on
whatever
cities.
you
Yes,
mean?
this is on. This is also on the news. She said
Whoa,
it
dude.
was non-life-threatening fracture. She had a fracture in her foot, and
Whoa.
they said you should kill yourself.
Who's
Like
I
BC
think
Hospital in Vancouver.
I've heard this before, but apparently this whole MAID thing is actually what it really is. What's really going on is the system is buckling. It's too much, and what they're doing is they're convincing people to kill themselves instead of getting
Get it?
treatment they need because the system is so overwhelmed. Apparently, is what I've heard.
Yeah. Well, why is that? I mean, there's only one answer for that, and it's immigration. But
Well,
second,
there's a good yeah. There's a
the
point
and
there.
so here's the other thing is that I think that's part of it, but also part of it is they're selling people's organs. If you're between the ages of 16 and 30, and
Dude, I
you're
watched a documentary about this recently.
yeah, and you can kill yourself in the same day if you have mental health issues, and
I read an article today about
that means
this.
all your organs are perfectly fine, and they can then sell them, right? And then there's also been I've heard
Whoa.
Kelsey Sharon, who's been on a podcast. She's used to be a medical doctor and is hard on this issue, specifically made. She says that there's been cases where people could have been saved and they didn't save them so that they could let them die and harvest their
Whoa.
organs. Yeah,
I gotta switch back off
in
organ
Canada.
donor, man.
No, so I should mention this. So praise the people who be listening to this right now because we in Canada have now all been put on a mandatory organ donor list.
Oh, it doesn't
Coincident.
matter. Well,
So you have to go on the registry and you can take yourself off. But it doesn't matter if you said no before, you're on it now.
well, I got a little heart on my ID because I'm a donor, so at least
Oh,
I have that. You know, it says
well,
heart
yeah.
donor.
So there's
Makes me feel
some.
good about myself.
I didn't know we were going to get into this conversation, but there is a website for Canada that you can go and take yourself off the registry because there's a chance that if, like, I don't know, I'm probably past the age of that now, but there's a chance that if, like, I was critically injured, they would let me die and harvest the remaining organs and sell them that were still good.
Makes sense. Send
Yeah.
us all the link. Maybe we'll link it in the video here, so anyone watching, if they want to de-donor themselves too, they can do so.
I suggest everyone should, especially if you're a young person. Like, I don't even know
I
how.
read this an article today, dude. This guy, he got medically assisted dying, and he had like seasonal depression and like diabetes.
Yeah.
And he told his family like a day before, so they couldn't do anything in time. And his mom was like upset and saying like she doesn't agree with, you know, with the system.
Yeah.
They should have given him the help he needs instead of just let him kill himself, basically.
Yeah, it said I did read something that says you can now do this like in one day, like in 24 hours, which is crazy.
Dude, I mean, I feel like pretty soon here I'm gonna have a fucking bad day at work, you know, bad sales day, and I'm just gonna sign up for it. And they're like, "Oh, really? You had a bad? Yeah, yeah. Just here, get in line. We know how it is. Those organs look like they'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Nice to
it's
sell."
crazy. There's a lot of posts about that happening lately. So, and it seems like the medical system. I don't know. I can't figure out exactly how our medical system makes money as opposed to the United States of America, but I know it does. It still has.
Probably
It's just like
operates similar.
Yeah, it's an alternate method just to bring in the same amount of money as they do, right?
It might not even be like a government thing. I don't know. It could be corrupt doctors and stuff in parts of taking over parts of a hospital. Dude, there's a documentary on Netflix that's called the Kings of Tupelo, and it starts with this guy who got fired from his job at a hospital because he saw some organs in a fridge, and he said they were harvesting organs, and that's how the whole documentary starts.
Whoa, whoa,
So
that's
maybe you
literally
should
what we're
check
talking
out
about.
Kings of Tupelo. I don't know.
Yeah,
This
that's
guy's
insane.
kind of crazy and stuff, but it's a really good. And the same guy got accused of like he went to jail because he got framed for threatening the president. I think it was Obama at the time, but he went to jail for it, and it wasn't even him. Yeah, dude, check this documentary out, Kings of Tupelo. But this guy worked at a hospital and said basically there was organ harvesting going on
I will have to watch
for
that.
money.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that like you're gonna have to have some corrupt line of people within the hospital doing this, right? Because all the money's like there's no businesses selling organs, right? You donate them, they're not getting sold. So if
There's
they're
for
getting
sure
sold,
a black market
yeah,
for it.
that's where I was getting with that is that it's definitely an underground black market where you're making tens of thousands, like $10,000 for this or $7,000 for that, right? And
Anything
so
that makes a quick amount of money, like a big amount of money really quick, there's
yeah.
there's a market for it.
So you're
Sure.
going to have a corrupt line of people making this happen, and they're obviously going to be getting a kickback, I would assume, from these purchases, right? So, and that incentivizes them to continue. So, and it's not hard. Like, who's going to know that you let this person die instead of saving them within like an hour's time? Right?
Hard to prove.
Yeah, exactly. Very hard to prove. So, but yeah,
All right, went from chemtrails to organ harvesting pretty
yeah.
quick.
What other bad news do we got going on here?
Well, most of my notes are still chemtrails related, but
Okay.
or climate engineering, which is basically, apparently the conclusion some of these people have gotten to for what these chemtrails are doing.
Well, I got some stuff. We could talk about this Charlie Kirk bullet thing.
Oh, that's more fresh news. Yeah, what's going on with that?
Well, they say, and then so there's been two wordings of the situation, and that's creating a disruption because the bombshell update as a bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match. So that is now, and the other thing is how did they word it? It's like couldn't be matched, not instead of did not matched, right? So here's the thing: it's like, what does that mean? Like, could not be matched means that could mean anything from it's not the same bullet to they have nothing at all to match from, right? So there's wordage going on there that's very specific, and then people are reposting with more definitive words like did not or didn't match, right? And that's not the same as couldn't be matched. So there's a discrepancy going on there, for one. So that's interesting.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so if they couldn't match it, that could mean very well that they couldn't find it, because that's my thing. Is like there was no exit wounds, and usually when a bullet hits a target, you can't find maybe a tiny shred, right? You're not going to find it, or unless it like
Oh
hits
well, apparently
sand.
they found a bullet with it was inscribed with messages, is what the mass media said.
Oh, but was that with like the gun?
It
So
was
are
the
you saying?
bullet. Bullets had the messages inscribed
Yeah,
on
but
them.
were they in the gun or were they found with the
Oh,
gun?
maybe they were. Those bullets weren't shot yet.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's the ones I saw. Well, the one they weren't shot yet. They
Oh,
were
I see
still.
what you're
They were
saying.
still.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's confusing, right? So who, like, is
It
this just?
seems like a setup. Like either way, it seems
Yeah,
like
I don't think that kid did anything.
I don't
Like,
think that kid did it either.
how come we're not hearing from his parents? How come we're not
His
hearing
parents
anything from
did
him?
say some shit like they don't think he did it. I'm
Oh, well
pretty
then
sure.
there you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I
like yeah.
bet. Yeah, I bet. I don't know.
Or
Like
his
they
maybe not
obviously.
his parents. I think maybe his grandparents said something, but there is something strange going
I
on
would
there.
think that even if your son really did this, you would be speaking out about it, right? Never mind if he didn't. So there's something curious going on about that, because why
And
wouldn't
he
they?
doesn't even seem like he's allowed to speak. Like, have you ever heard
Yeah.
him say
No,
anything?
not once.
They're not going to
I
let him speak or defend
yeah,
himself.
I think he's cooked. I don't think he
He's
stands a
MK
chance.
Ultra'd for sure.
Well, maybe, but I don't think that he's. I think he's going to end up in jail
They're
whether
going
or
to
not
kill us for
he did
saying
it.
these things.
I
They MK
I hope
Ultra'd
not.
him.
All right. What are we looking at time? We're half done. 20 minutes. So there's a lot of fun posts about space being faked,
What do you mean space is fake?
like astronauts even being in space and floating around.
So where did they fucking go?
They didn't go anywhere. They just so there's theories that there's underwater theories if they're wearing the spacesuits. There's theories of them using like strings to float things. There's also you can go into if you go up in a plane and then drop down, you're weightless, and then they can film shots while they're like spinning around, and it looks like they're in the shuttle, but they're
Okay.
actually not. Which
I
is the
saw
way that
some
you.
of that footage you sent me, and it was odd, but it looked like it could also just be because they do those training simulations too.
Yeah, but
Maybe
yeah,
it
and
could
that's how they
only
do it
be.
is in the plane, dropping down to get zero gravity.
Well, they have like centers, like NASA has places too. Maybe they remember Armageddon. They did some underwater shit
But
and
I
stuff.
don't think, well, underwater, yeah, I don't think there's another way to create zero gravity other than falling in a plane like that, though.
I thought they had like specialized facilities.
No, I don't think so. There's like that wind tunnel thing, but that's not zero gravity.
Right.
That's being
Okay.
blown up, right? It's like it would
But
be
it
falling out of a
simulates it
plane.
almost like not.
Well, the difference between the wind tunnels are like if you jumped out of a plane. So you're experiencing wind resistance, whereas in zero gravity inside the plane, you're not getting any wind resistance, right?
Okay.
So there's a difference in that. I don't know what it would feel like, but because you're not hitting the wind, so technically nothing's slowing you down at a certain point. So I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe that's different. I'm just saying shit, but it seems like it would be though. Wind resistance to non-wind resistance, right? Because in zero gravity, yeah, because
Water seems like it
you
would
could
be the
easily
better
float
way.
up and down in the plane, but if you had the wind resistance, you couldn't do that, right? Because you're at terminal velocity, so
I
you
mean,
can't
even in
just.
water, I'm pretty sure there's a gravitational pull there. Eventually, you'll sink to the bottom. It's just there's not the gravity's not as strong in water.
Well, I guess it depends how much air is in your body. I mean, if somebody kills you and throws you in the water, you might sink to the bottom at first, but then as your body decomposes and the acid builds up in your
Oh yeah,
stomach,
you
you
start
float
to
back up.
float. Yeah, that's true. Certain things do sink to the bottom. Other things float based on buoyancy. I believe is the
That's why the
word.
gangsters put your feet in concrete and shit. So that even though when you started decomposing, you wouldn't float back up.
Dude, not only that, they literally will like. I've heard of stories where people have like dumped people into concrete foundations and shit when
Oh
they're
yeah,
pouring,
or just
and
there,
you know,
like
just
alive. I think
dude, there's
too.
people that are like basically the rebar in concrete, like over in
Yeah,
Montreal. Just
bones. I wonder if you. I wonder what would happen. Like, I would want to jackhammer into one of those to see what the body is like in concrete after, like, I don't know, 50 years or something. Wouldn't that be interesting, though?
I feel
Like,
like eventually the people are gonna find these bodies.
is it going to be just bones, or would it be bugs, or would it just be, like, still, like, mummified almost? I would think, maybe.
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Concrete is porous to a point, so air could eventually pass through there, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's porous enough where there'd be enough airflow that it would decompose. Probably not. Probably not. It would
No,
probably stop the state of decomposition, I would
yeah,
think.
I mean, there's going to be some, like, air in your body, though, right? A little bit, but and I guess the site would determine a lot. Like maybe it cracked and air could get in and water, and then of course you're going to be fucking rotten, right? Eventually. But if it
Right.
stayed solid, I think it would be kind of crazy to see. I think it would look like that gray like mummy fucking dude kind of thing, right? Well, without the sheets wrapped around, but you would see it, without it.
Mummified.
Yeah, I think it would kind of be like that.
I don't know. I'm surprised. I wonder if anyone has like fucking dug up some
Managed,
concrete and
managed,
found a body.
happened upon some concrete fucking corpses. Yeah, that would be crazy.
I
Here,
think
I'll
it
share.
will eventually happen, but I don't know if
I'll
it
I'll
has yet.
share I'll share the video of this astronaut stuff. It's kind of. Oh fuck! It didn't work.
I clicked allow.
Yeah. Oh crap! I got a full screen, so we don't get copyrighted. I don't need the sound. It's so there. It goes really quickly, so that kind of sucks. Maybe I'll try and like because I had to watch it a few times because to see. So this microphone, this is what starts off. Looks like it's like spinning on a string or like being held on a string, right? It
This
clearly did.
guy.
Yeah, this guy is in between. Let's just see it again. It looks like it's being held on a string, right? I think that does. I don't know how smooth it is for you. Then he's like, all right, let's see. See, looks like it's being held on a string. What does this say? Former teacher calls class. What? NASA.
It's posted by NASA, I
That
think,
looks
this
like it's
video.
being. Oh, did you see that? She green screened that shit. So look.
It's a little
Oh,
choppy, but
look. See, there's a guy holding his hand. Yeah, it's fast. See, he's holding it, and he's with his green screen.
oh
There's water.
shizzle.
There's water in the glass. There's water staying in the glass without floating out. Right? There's so many mistakes. Also, this is just sitting on the counter. Nothing could be just sitting on the counter. Never mind staying in the glass on the
So
shuttle.
both
Right?
NASA, because not only NASA has an international space station, but China has one too. So they must both be psyops.
I don't know. Like
Is
maybe
what
there's
that's
like
insinuating.
unmanned crafts up there. That's possible.
There's a Chinese space station and one that I
So
believe the ours is, or the U.S. and the Russians, or it's a joint one.
So I don't know. Maybe those are there, but there's nobody actually on them. They're just faking this footage. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. Like I'm just seeing this video and it's like what the fuck.
It
Let's see what
seems like
else.
the space stations are real. That those people got stuck in
Yeah,
them.
yeah. That would be a huge hoax if that weren't true, right?
Yeah,
Oh, astronauts drinking water. Oh, so there it goes. It's just floating there, but yet the water is sitting in the glass again. right?
Okay,
So
yeah. Wouldn't it be like look like a lava lamp or something in
yeah,
there?
it would be lava lamping out for sure, right? Uh,
Their
let's
hair,
see.
though, the hair. Those are the people I think that were stuck in space.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is you could do the hair in the plane. I've never thought about that until now, but you could do it in the plane. It would be the same. I bet you could like float. It might not go up initially, but I bet you could throw it up and then it would stay there. Let's see, astronauts underwater.
I
So
thought he said
how is that being?
underwater.
I don't know if that's from like a movie, like who's filming this. But then in space, okay, watch. There's a reflection of an astronaut in the water. There's a bubble that comes from his mask. I don't know if that. I want to go back to that one. A bubble comes up from his mask. Hopefully you can see it. Broop. Oh, it was a little bit early.
And it goes up.
Yeah, so it's hard to say what that is exactly, but it's a reflection of something. But and then yeah, the bubble comes up from under his mask. There it is in slow motion. That's crazy. So I don't know what that's about. That I don't know what that one was. $613 billion spent. So with that amount of money, like
Hmm. Maybe it's
you
just
could
a big scam.
you could take half that money and or a quarter of that money and scam everything, right?
Was that Mr. Beast? That guy looked like
What?
Mr. Beast.
No, this looks like
See, that looked like Mr. Beast. See,
it's in a fucking plane doing the anti-gravity thing more than anything. To be honest, like look at the fuselage. That looks like a plane capsule. It's all padded so you don't hit the walls. They're clearly in a plane doing that, I think.
oh, okay,
Plus,
good point.
yeah, like right? Like why would the walls be all padded? Like look how much space there is in there. There is not that amount of space in any spacecraft. It's
Well,
all
is
tight
that's
quarters.
supposed to be this International Space Station, right? Isn't it?
Uh, I don't know that the answer to that question, but even
Because
then,
if
it's
that's a
like
space station, it's a bunch of like tunnels and corridors, so
yeah,
it's
but
pretty tight.
they're way tighter than that though. Look at there's three people side by side. There's room for like five, right? And then on top too. There's way too much room in that area to
Well, I
be on
think
any
some of the
space station.
parts of the space station are wider than others.
Maybe, but I
Some of
don't
the
know.
tunnels are pretty tight, but
I remember seeing video and it looked like pretty small tubes. Like it was like maybe like you could get past another person if you had to, but it wasn't like this much, not even close to that much area.
okay.
Like that's crazy, I would say. Even like, is that a window? Like, look at the back in the dark there. That looks like a window with light coming out of it. I don't know
Well,
if
there's
that's
windows in
a...
the space station too.
True, but there wouldn't be any sun shining into it. I don't think. I don't know if these are lights. That was the one thing I
Yeah,
was
I can't
questioning.
tell.
See, look, there's the diagram of them in the plane. That's what it was, I bet. The area of that size looks like what they were in. If you ask,
Huh.
yeah, if I have to guess, right?
That could also be just a
So
component of a space
there's.
station too, with Mr. Beast in there.
Let's see what else. Hebrew.
What's going on? This comes up every podcast. What's going on with the Hebes? What's
It
going on?
said, it's funny because it ends there. What does NASA mean in Hebrew? Should we? I mean, we kind of have
What
to.
does it mean in Hebrew? I mean,
We're gonna have to find out. Of
do you,
course, right now.
hold on, do you want me to Google it? Or are you doing
Yeah. I got it open. This is hilarious.
it? Oh, people have Googled this before. I didn't have to type too much in. It means to lift, to carry, to bear, or to not deceive. Yeah, right. Not deceive.
No, it says to deceive, to beguile, or to lead astray. That's what it actually means.
Whoa. My
Whoa.
results. Did you get I pulled that Bing for some reason, and that's what it told
Oh
me. Basically,
no,
the
that's
opposite
Even Google said that's what it meant.
means to deceive.
Bing is such a piece of shit.
Bing is a piece of shit.
Clearly. Well, there's a
Bill Gates is, or no, it's
yeah.
Microsoft Edge, but I'm pretty sure that's the same
That
shit.
well, it was Bill
Old
Gates,
Bing, yeah.
but former CEO of Microsoft. But yeah,
Bill
clearly there's a
Jizzle.
clear example of curated results from a search engine.
Oh, you
Like,
can
not
prove
that
that.
Google is any better, but I mean, at least they say what what
The
NASA meant
results
to.
are very biased.
I feel like if you're going to be able to like just use another tool to figure out what that means, you should just let people see what that means, because then it's better. It would be better for Google to just let people see what that means, right? In some respects,
There's a lot of
because
cases of that, but of course they have their narratives that they have to push. So
of course. But I mean, how many people don't know that the results are curated? Do you think a lot? Like, what percentage of people?
it seems like if you have been on Google for a long time, have been on computers for a long time since the 90s, you can easily see that it's changed. Maybe for younger people, if this is all they've known, it's different. They probably don't see
That's a
it,
good
but
point.
people who've been like you and me who've been Googling since literally the 90s probably do see it.
Well, yeah, you could. We've noticed the decline for sure of the results, and then and then the hiding of other results, and certain things that we know to be true, right? And then that's just not there in the search. So, but and then again, it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people should know that, or that, like with the election, that stuff has come out a lot, right? And Facebook too, right? So you would think that all the things are somewhat curated. Like nothing isn't, almost,
Since
unfortunately.
AI, it's definitely true. Like that, everything since AI seems like they're trying to curate it towards what your biases are. It's like
Yeah.
to confirm your biases.
Yeah, well, that's what they're using the AI for, so from I guess a marketing standpoint, they're turning from a mass marketing model to a targeted marketing model, and they can use all the data that they've taken from Facebook and Google from us, and put that into AI, and then target us individually on what we're most likely to buy and spend our money on.
It's all, yeah. It all seems to be the motivation for it is to sell more products.
It's funny, like 10 years ago, I said this when I was like 32 years old. Like 10 years ago, I was talking to somebody because I was watching videos about Nvidia creating or AI, I should say.
And
AI. And I told this person, I'm like, the first thing that they're going to use this for, I bet the first thing they're going to use this for is advertising and marketing, because they spend billions and billions of dollars doing this, and
that's the whole
they will
motivation
spend
for.
billions and billions of dollars less using AI to do it, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And it's coming true. It's literally going to come true. So that sucks, because I hate ads, and they're in our face every day, everywhere, everything we try to do. And it's never been. I've always hated them, but it's never been worse than ever. Now it's just gets worse and worse. And then people have less and less money, so I don't know what the deal. Like, what is their? This is the unsustainable model.
It is. You're correct. I don't think they understand that part of it, or they do see it, but they're just competing with each other so hard that they just don't care.
The fact that they have that much money to advertise that much is ridiculous. Even
Right? It's all out
that's
of
the
whack at this point.
yeah, that's where
It's
all our
all
money
out of
has gone,
whack.
and then they just put it back into more advertising. It's just not even. It's yeah.
Not sustainable, like you said. It signals towards a collapse in the current system.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, it's not too devastating for people's lives, but that current model is unsustainable and it won't last.
Okay. Well, we can't get cut off again. We gotta like just under 4 minutes. We gotta end on something a little bit more positive.
Yes, not unsustainable
Like,
capitalism.
and whatever else, bullets, conspiracies, space bit not being real. It's all lies.
I personally, for the record, do think space is real. At this point, I don't know. Talk to me next week.
It's
Maybe
like
my opinion will be
it's like
different.
I don't know though anymore. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
Um, so we'll check out this device. Colombian startup has created a device that turns salt water into light and power. So he's gonna get killed.
Oh, this guy's on the hit list.
I know we're trying to not end on a negative note,
I'm
but he
sorry,
is.
but this guy's on the hit list.
The American government is going to go take that device, and he's going to die. Is what's good. That's the history.
He'll die like either in some sort of mysterious
Yeah, he's going to fall out a window.
Yeah.
And
Oh no, that guy died.
and his documents and diagrams will be gone. So here, I'll share it. Here it is.
Without further ado,
Uh, let's go.
the guy that's about to die.
You got the sound? You got the sound?
I don't hear sound.
Oh, fuck. Okay, gotta reshare.
It's all good though. I saw.
Damn,
I saw
why
his
does that
device.
not automatically like?
I saw his
it,
genius device.
There's
there.
talking. There's talking.
It
no,
looked
so
amazing.
you know, there's talking. Yeah, if that's true.
This Colombian startup has invented a device
I
that
hear it
produces
now.
energy from salt water. Water light needs to be
Dude.
filled with 500 milliliters of
Is there a
seawater to
sword on
generate
your
light for
background?
45
Let's see.
days. It works by ionizing an electrolyte composed of salt water, which reacts
hear
with
sound now,
magnesium
but I
and
don't
copper
see the
plates on the
video.
interior of the lamp
What?
to produce electricity.
All good.
The device acts as
Yeah,
a mini
okay.
power
We'll just
generator
we'll have to end
and
on
can be
this.
also used to charge mobile and electronic devices via a USB port.
Whoa, you can
It is
charge your
designed to
phone
run
with
for
it.
5,600 hours and can easily be recycled.
How long
or
does it take?
repurposed
It's
once
not
it reaches
fast
the end of its
charge.
life.
I bet.
This Colombian
No, oh, that's the end of it. Okay. Why didn't it show the video?
I want to see your background. Was that a sword or a dagger?
It's a guy holding a sword like this.
Dude,
Well,
you
I'll
remember
show it
that
next
store
time.
at the mall that sold all those melee weapons like shurikens?
What was that
Millennium?
called? Yes, I
Millennium?
love that fucking store.
I know, dude. I wish I would have bought some
I
fucking
know!
throwing stars
All the
and
things
some
that- yeah.
swords and
You
shit.
can't get that shit now. I've
You
tried.
can't?
No, shurikens are illegal. Throwing stars are illegal
Uh,
in Canada,
dude,
which is
I-
ridiculous.
We
It's
gotta. I bet you can make them. Get some sheet metal, and
I've tried this. I've done this at work. They
you
don't
tried to make throwing stars.
several times, but they don't. They don't hold up. They don't hold. They're not. They got. So
They're
it's
not. They don't really pierce skin. Is what you're
No,
saying.
it's not that. It's got to be like Japanese. Like they
They
have
really
to be
didn't murder
perfectly.
my enemy.
They have to be perfectly symmetrical and balanced to throw perfectly, right? And you can't do that with sheet metal.
There's
Unfortunately,
got to be a place that sells that kind of shit.
They had
I'm gonna look
caltrops.
into it.
They had caltrops too. Those things that you throw on the ground that pop tires. Like fucking. I'm like,
Sick.
I wish I would have bought so many things there. I did buy an extending baton, but
I didn't
that
have the
was
money back in those days. That
Okay.
was the thing when I was like a teenager.
Okay, we
I
gotta
had money
sign
to buy
off. We gotta sign
swords
off.
and shit.
I know, but I wanted to so bad.
I
We
want to
gotta
buy
sign off.
swords and mount them on my wall. Like I used to think sword guys were dorks, but now I want to like. Now I'm like I
We
was
gotta wrap.
wrong.
We gotta
Wrap
wrap.
it up.
Okay.
Buy
Sorry,
your
guys.
swords,
We
buy
gotta
your
have longer
shurikens
episodes.
if you have a chance,
And support the solid rod pod.
and stock up on melee weapons for your own safety. I'm saying at this point because.